Well, it is almost 8 o'clock at night, and I'm in the work parking lot. Here's the Blazer I was talking about in the last video. Pretty nice, 5-speed. Placing the old clutch fan because it's not really clutching. It hasn't been clutching since I bought it. But if you take a gander at that, see, tight, nothing. And this fan over here is off of a 01 5.3. I can't spin that without, and these blades have a little bit of curvage, unlike that one. Same size, free upgrade, free used, but hell, that'll do. That's much better than that. But this one, when it was clutching, it would clutch on cold start for about maybe 30 seconds, and then it would not clutch. So that's why that is loose, or tight, and then it gets loose, and it doesn't re-clutch. So that's good. You know, that's not a big deal. You ain't got to keep it cool or nothing. So we're going to swap this out, and we'll pick up a video once we get it on. Okay, successful drive home. Again, here's your temp for the gauge cluster. You know, everybody remember it does have a 180 thermostat. We did that earlier in the video series of when I first got this. So there's your, there's your live temperature, 173 coolant, 174 tranny. This car would, with the stock fan and a 180 degree thermostat, would get up to the highest I saw it with the 180, and it was like a 90 degree day. Oh gosh, what day was, or what temperature was that? I think it got the 191, and I'm like, oh god, it's 10 degrees hotter. No air conditioning, no nothing. Shouldn't have drove it, but you know, I had to do what I had to do. But anyway, there we go, 175. This is a live feed, so but like I said, that was the hottest. These cars with the stock 195 thermostat, terrible for these things like to run cool. But anywho, you can see everything's looking fine. It's nowhere near, I mean, it's 5 degrees off of 180, but if you rev it up, we'll hold it at 1500, see what it does. $173. Now, mind you, I'm keeping my foot steady. It should go, stand kind of solid at 173. Now, when I was driving it, cruising, there we go, 172. It just takes a little bit. It's a clutch fan. It's not like an E-fan, as efficient. But when I was driving it, going 60, the lowest I saw it was get the 166. And the hottest I saw it of all night is now when I get home, parked, 175. Not much better than what it was, because this thing would get to like a $180, $181, $182, even with it being, I don't know if we can see that on the overhead console, 66 degrees out. I'm going to pause the video and film under the hood real quick, but you can feel it blowing out from the wheel wells here, and you can feel it pulling in from the grill. Never used to do that. I mean, granted, you know, having a good clutch fan and a bad clutch fan, you know what I mean? Let's see here. Well, bear with me. We'll just keep the video going. Let's see. You can feel, it's kind of hard to show on video. Got to find the throttle body here. Yeah. Now that was, judging by the throttle body blade, it might have been like 40%, 30%, somewhere around there. And again, we're holding steady, 173. So not doing bad. That was definitely, I should have done this a long time ago. I don't know why I waited. My honest reaction, or my honest thought with it behind this was, my friend, the guy who was helping me do this, he did the same thing on his Blazer, the green one that you guys saw. Did the same thing to that, and it blew out the water pump. And he has roughly about the same mileage as mine. He has a little less than me on his, and it blew his water pump out. Granted, his water pump was kind of on the fritz, but you know, putting such a strong clutch, it's putting a lot more strain on that water pump. That's the only reason why I didn't do it. I'm like, I'll do it when I put a water pump on it and do the radiator and the hoses and stuff like that. But again, it's running good. Definitely should have done this a long time ago, and I'll be honest with you guys, I did not drive this car when it was 85 degrees and above. I would park it and only drive it, you know, on cooler days. Wouldn't dare to drive it when it was, you know, 90 something degrees out. So I think we're doing good. I can feel the fan much stronger. My stock one would do this with the bad clutch, but this is much stronger. So overall, good thing. Anywho, we'll move on to the next thing and get on with the rest of the video. Wow, check out this, huh? Got this thing paint corrected for $100 at where I work. No more swirls, metallics popping. The paint is buttery smooth. Just figured I'd make a little clip of it here. Still has its imperfections and stuff, but my goodness, looks pretty darn good, huh? Okay, running a vacuum on it. We got the new compressor on. Had to replace a little Schrader valve because it was leaking, but doing a vacuum. We'll see how this goes. All right, doing a little test drive here after the compressor and everything. Charged very smoothly, no hiccups, no issues. We got it on max AC. I had it on full blast with the fan speed, but it is freezing. So I mean, I'm not complaining. That's great. The air conditioning did work in this to begin with, like from when I bought it, but it didn't blow this cold. But it had a charge, but it wasn't charged completely. So okay. Some guy's just not even gonna put a fucking signal on. But yeah, it did not blow this cold, and this is on 1. On 4, it's about to freeze you. But anywho, I'm just gonna take it for a quick little drive, make sure everything's good. But yeah, everything else though is working fine. Only crappy part is it is October and it's 56 degrees out and it's cold, and you don't need the air conditioning when it's 56 degrees out. So yeah, but that's kind of the unfortunate part. But for next summer, it'll be nice and ice cold, so that's good. So yeah, we're gonna drive it, see how we're doing. Compressor sounds great compared to the rock tumbler that I had. But yeah, so it has all new pulleys on the front now, which is nice. The idler, the tensioner. The belt is going to be replaced when I do the alternator upgrade. You can put a 5.3 or 6.0 Vortec engine alternator on these as an upgrade from your 105 amp alternator to whatever they charge at. I think it's I want to say like a 140 or something. Or it could be more. I'd have to look at it again, but I'm going to replace the belt then when I do the new alternator, but that's later down the road. The belt on this I checked just to make sure, because I was putting a new tensioner and all the pulleys and stuff. The belt is fine, it doesn't need to be replaced, but yeah, so anywho, we're doing fine. I'm kind of cold in here. I kind of want to turn the air off, but I'm gonna keep it running until I get back. But yeah, as of right now, we're ice cold and good working order. So yeah, we'll pick this back up in a little bit. Okay, so in a video or two ago, I was discussing about how this horn over here was not working. It was lighting up the left turn signal in the gauge cluster, and it was lighting up this front turn signal. Well, it turns out we actually dove more into it. This ground here had a bad end, which that runs up into the fuse box and also runs down into this junction box. So we had to open the junction box, pull the wire out, add this new end here, and now we have a fully functional horn. No light, and the key fob locking horn works how it should. I'll record that in a second, but no more lighting, and it doesn't have that annoying light up in the dash and that annoying horn sound. And now people can actually hear me. Is this the piece here? No. I don't know where the old end is, but that's one less thing off the list, which I'm glad it was just a ground. So that is the locking horn. I don't recall me having a clip of it with when it was broke with the bad horn, or well, with the horn before it was fixed. Dropping all my crap. But now it has a normal locking horn, which is always nice. Sorry, I'm trying to fumble my stuff here. But yeah, I think I'm gonna upload this video just to get it out to you guys, because I haven't had a video on this in about a month. So there goes a Supra. I don't know if you can hear that. Anywho, yeah, I haven't had a videos for about a month on this thing. I know I said I was gonna do the front end rebuild with the lower control arms, the inner and outer tie rods, the wheel hubs, and possibly doing shocks as well, front and rear. Was gonna do that until the AC compressor last Friday decided to start making that noise, so I figured that was more important than the squeaking lower control arm bushings up front. So we did that. I just want to get this video out to you guys. That'll be in the next video, as well as I think next video I'm going to do some plugs and wires on this, just to, tune up spark plugs and wires, and maybe the cap and rotor and the coil, obviously. And I want to get, while I'm doing that, since I'll be in there, I want to get the inner fender splash guard things. You see where the little holes are along the fender, and how you can see the exhaust manifold and the steering shaft. I want to get those, since I'm already going to be in there doing the plugs. Just put those back, because the ones that were on there were destroyed. And I feel like there was something else I needed to talk about, but I think the only other thing left, aside from that, is the sorry, there's somebody walking by. I don't really care to film out front of my house, but yeah, that's pretty much it. The lower control arms in the next video, as well as the other components I mentioned, a tune-up, and maybe tackling the exhaust. That'll be in its, in a video, and possibly in the next video or the following, because I want to get that taken care of. I'm starting to have like an exhaust leak where the muffler meets the cat. There's like a flange that meets up, it butts up next to each other. So this is the muffler and this is the cat, and there's a gasket in between, and it's starting to leak, and it's kind of annoying me. So I'm just going to delete that and, just get rid of that whole gasket thing. So I need to tackle the exhaust, and while I'm in there, I'm going to do, I've always wanted to do duals, but you can't, simply because of the evap canister. I don't know if you can see that right here, this black line. Can't run duals because that's in the way, so I'm just gonna run out of the side right behind the tire, a dual exit chrome tip. I think that'll be nice. I don't know what type of muffler I'm going to do on it yet. Probably like a Flowmaster or something, like a Flowmaster 10, you know, something with a little bit of a like deeper tone. I don't think I'm going to do a straight pipe like what I did on my black Blazer. That really wasn't a bad exhaust setup on that car, just for a straight pipe and a stock cat. But I think I want to put a muffler on this with the dual chrome tips. So anyway, without me rambling, we're going to upload this video, get this out to you guys, and we'll pick this project up in the next video. Peace.